Okay, welcome to another video. I am the Starman. Now, this is going to be a little bit different this week. Bit of a crossover really, from astronomical into meteorological, you might say. I haven't actually got a new video. I'm going to be showing you some old video from last year because I think it best describes what this is all about. Now, I'm sure you've all seen a really nice sunrise or a sunset happen every day, and but have you ever looked, now this does depend, oh by the way, don't ask me what I'm doing on a golf course. I just happen to be on a golf course, so it's quiet. It's quieter than where I was last time, anyway, put it that way. At least you can hear me, I think. Right, so whenever you see a really nice sunset or sunrise, you tend to get taken in by it and oh, look at that sun there. But have you ever looked the opposite direction in the sky, in the opposite direction? Because what you might see, if the conditions are just right, if they're clear enough, you might see a pink band going right across the opposite horizon to where the sun is. Now there's a name for that, and it's called the belt of Venus. Now it's actually nothing to do with Venus itself, nothing to do with Orion's belt, nothing like that, but yes, there's a pink band. If the conditions are right, you see a nice pink strip right across the horizon on the opposite side to where the sun is, at sunrise or at sunset, any of those times. So what I'm going to do now is just lately I've been trying to film this belt of Venus just lately, and I've had all kinds of problems, weather getting in the way. I've not been able to do it, but I did do some video up in Scotland just over a year ago that I think best describes this phenomena, and I'm going to play that instead because I mean, just wait till you see the video. It was absolutely awesome. There was snow on the ground everywhere. It was absolutely perfect, and I think that's going to be the best way to show you the belt of Venus. So I'm going to put the video on now, and hopefully I'll be able to describe the belt of Venus to you pretty well. Let's do that. Okay, so here I am. I've come back now to Rannoch Moor, and the reason I've come back here is because this background here is going to turn a really nice pink. In fact, it's turning pink now. What I want to try and do is capture the belt of Venus, which is a pink band right across the horizon opposite the sunset, and it's caused by the shadow of the Earth rising above the horizon. So you'll get this pink band, and underneath it you'll notice there's a dark bluish kind of grey band underneath it, and that's actually the shadow of the Earth, and that rises up into the sky, and eventually you get darkness. So we can see it just developing now, and I've got the camera set up here looking over this. I'm actually on a bridge which is not really, I'm actually on a bridge which is not really ideal, but this is where I need to be above this river. So I've got this foreground here, you see, really nice foreground leading into them trees over there, and then the far horizon with the hills. You can still see there's a little bit of light on the hills there. So I'm really hoping for a really nice belt of Venus. So okay, this is looking really nice, really nice. So I've got my camera taking pictures here, looking towards these trees and the frozen lake in the foreground, not using any filters. I'm not using any filters for this, but look at that there. Doesn't that look amazing? Now then, over here, see quite a few photographers on the hill. Very popular spot, this. And that pink band is really starting to come out now. Look at that. So we're starting to see the shadow now. See the shadow there, the grey band there, starting to rise above the horizon. That's because the sun has actually set, and now we have the Earth's shadow rising up. And hopefully you can see it here, that grey band there. The grey band's starting to rise, that's going to rise, and we have the pink above it, which is the atmosphere of the Earth, and that's what we call the belt of Venus, this pink band here. So the grey band is actually the shadow of the Earth, and the pink band is what's known as the belt of Venus, and that's looking really, really nice now. Look at this, absolutely amazing. Okay, you can really see it developing now. You can see this shadow is getting higher. It's getting above the hill line, the hill line here, and you can see more contrast from than you could before when it was pink. So there's very definitely a shadow rising here, and this is one of the best I've ever seen. This is it is really clear. So there it is, the Earth's shadow, that grey band there, the Earth's shadow, and the pink above it, the belt of Venus. And just behind me, directly behind me, is where the sun has set. Now another thing is, if you have a very big peak, I don't think these are big enough, but if you happen to have a very big mountain with a particular shape, that shape can be projected in the shadow on the horizon, and that is a spectacular sight, and I have seen that in Tenerife. So there we are, a really brilliant belt of Venus, absolutely spectacular. And now I'm going to show the images that I've taken here. Okay, I'm sure you'll agree that that video that I shot up in Scotland was pretty epic. And I hope you've learned a little bit about the belt of Venus as well, because it is an amazing phenomenon to see. And have a look out for it when you next see a sunset or a sunrise. Not totally sure what I'm going to be doing on the next video, but it's coming up to a time of the year when it's good to do Milky Way panoramas. You know those big sweeping panoramas that you see where you see that the Milky Way is like a bow across the sky? I've done a few before. We're coming up to a good time of year when it's good to do that. So I'll be doing one of those soon. Not sure if it'll be the next video, but whatever I do next, look out for it, and I'll see you next time.